When I think back on all the fears when I was pregnant, all of them dismissed except for one. The only test the state mandated was genetic. Looking for that extra chromosome.
Hello, and welcome to the If We Knew Then podcast. I'm Steven Socks.
And I'm Lori Socks. And today we just wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday season. The week wouldn't seem complete without sitting down to connect with our listeners. This time of year can be a celebration and time of connection, parties and friends and family. And it can be challenging for the same reasons that it's a celebration with the parties and friends and families and the expectations that we put on all of that and ourselves. I think a lot about this journey that we've had and everything that I've learned over the last 12 years with Liam. I've learned a lot about expectations. And that's been a gift. Going into this time of year, I think is the first time I've gone into a holiday with the gift of just being present. You know, the year is winding down. The world all around us slows its pace to celebrate the holidays. And I like this pace because it gives me time to reflect. It gives me time to think, actually. In the hustle and bustle of a normal year, I often find myself going from one thing to the next that needs to be done. I think you understand the to-do lists that go on top of our normal daily to-do lists. So I like this. I like to be able to stop, to be with my family, to not have homework, and the opportunity to acknowledge what a gift this year has been. All the gifts that have been in the last 12 months. And of course, beyond that, the last 12 years. The gifts are not wrapped in a paper or tied with bows or wrapped in fabric if you're trying to minimize your footprint. These gifts that we have been given along the way are things that we wish we had known. The ease and the challenges alike, though I admit I prefer the ease. The first lesson, the first gift, was learning to breathe when I thought that my breath was gone, and learning to look beyond what we were told to expect, to see the truth that was in front of us, and let that life guide us with its immeasurable, pure love. We were given the gift of trust. Liam trusts us. And in that, we are learning to trust ourselves, to advocate for him, to show up and to be his voice until he finds his own. And he is finding his own daily. But we have to listen for that voice and learn to hear his voice and what he is saying. I had to recognize what motivated my actions and ask, who was I really protecting? What was I fighting for? And why is a life rooted so deeply in love one that insinuates a fight? Education and inclusion matter. They are definitely worth the fight. But the fight can make us weary. And in the end, I learned, and the pandemic showed me, that we have more input in our children and our classroom and in our home, the classroom of our life and of our family. That is where Liam will learn some of the most important lessons of life and love, along with math and reading. He's going to learn how to see himself, like most children, by how we see him. So how do we, as Mazen said, just show up? Is that enough? Being present. And I learned, yes, being present was the gift. showing up was the gift, just that, being there. It's that step, that first step. And then allowing things to be, and then seeing what they are, and then speaking for Liam. I cherish our bubble, but I also found strength in our village. And as we discussed with guests prior, we have not always been village people, which makes me laugh because I always want to sing the song when I say that. We haven't always been village people. And I don't know if that was born of love or fear, but I think I do know that it was a combination of both. I learned to relinquish expectations of myself and others when I can, and to be patient with the world around us because we're all learning, and change can be slow. I learned to change the narrative. We must seek out the stories that inspire us and represent this community's voice to tell the true story of this journey. We need each other's stories. They remind us how connected we are to each other and that we're in this together. Together, we make the change. We support each other. We have had some wonderful guests that have shared their stories, breaking down walls built with misinformation, changing lives, changing expectations, not from just within the community, but in the world. And there are so many beautiful stories out there. The truth lifts us all. Love lifts us all. They were right when they said it's all you need. Well, that and a lawyer or an advocate to sit with you in your IEPs. I have learned I have nothing to prove, nor does my son. But sometimes it is only in seeing that others can believe. So let them see, if need be. This year, I saw Liam for the first time. And I remember that moment. I've talked about that moment. I lost so much time before in teaching and proving and fighting. But in that one moment, I saw him in his own right as the teacher he is. His lessons are not the ones that are in the textbooks. They are of the moment. They are real and lasting. And among them is the reminder to see everyone in my life. Because he sees everyone. He stops and he takes moments for the people in front of him. And in that moment, he makes it the best it could be. And that's what I want for my life. Liam teaches me to rise to a challenge does not require a lot of fuss. It is just in the simply doing. I don't have to announce my challenge or what I'm doing to overcome my challenge. I can just see my challenge and then do what needs to be done. I don't even have to see it as a challenge. I don't think that he actually recognizes the hard work he does as a challenge as much as just the way it is. And I think there's peace in that, in the doing, in asking questions, and in being persistent in finding the answer, even if that question is, may I have my iPad? In our quest to advocate, educate, and change things for the people who come behind us, we have met and made wonderful new friends. And we look forward to making more friends and continuing to share those and new stories. We began this journey nearly 12 years ago, and we have been changed by it. Not in the ways that we were told, but in ways we could never have imagined. Our life is richer and fuller because of the presence of that one extra chromosome, a chromosome that has caused us to slow down and be present in a way we had never known before. And during this time of year, it's nice because the world catches up with us. So we wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy everything to everyone. May you be blessed. May you have peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be able. May you have ease of life.
Please follow us on Twitter at If We Knew Then Pod, and you can drop us a line on our Facebook page at If We Knew Then Pod, or visit our website, ifweknewthen.com, to send us an email with questions and comments. And you can join our mailing list there and get alerts of future podcast episodes. All these links will be added to this episode's show notes. Thank you again, and we look forward to you joining us on the next episode of If We Knew Then.